Oh,
You've grown.
You are so thin. Yeah, what happened to the other half of you?
I lost 25 big ones.
The Facts of Life was a popular comedic show in the 70s and 80s, and it also happens to be a spin-off of the show Diff'rent Strokes. As The Facts of Life celebrates its 45th anniversary, we find ourselves wondering what many of the cast members are up to now. Unfortunately, Charlotte Rae, who played Edna Garrett, has passed away. She died on August 5th, 2018, at 92 years old, and fans miss her so much. But let's catch up on everyone individually, then see how they all fit into each other's bigger picture. Worth noting is the fact that your favorite 80s sitcom starred an all-female lead cast and had an all-female writing crew as well. It also became the longest-running sitcom of this kind. Fortunately, those hoping for a reunion would get their wish. Kim Fields as Dorothy Tootie Ramsey. Next is the youngest cast member and student, Dorothy Tootie Ramsey. In Season 5, they introduced Tootie's mom, who was played by the actress's real mother, Chip Fields. How cool is that? Her character was always in roller skates on the first season of the show to make her appear taller and older than she actually was. As the 12-year-old Tootie, Kim was actually just 9 at the time. Kim's breakout role was the year prior to Facts in the Demond Wilson-led show, Baby, I'm Back. She was the youngest in the family. Fields also appeared in a famous Mrs. Butterworth commercial in 1979. After taking a break from acting to get her degree in communications, she came back strong as a series regular in the popular 90s show Living Single, where she even got to act with Mama once again. Kim's mom Chip played Laverne Hunter in 12 episodes and consulted for the show for even more. Now 55, she was arrested in 1999 while protesting against the police shooting of a black woman in Riverside, California. Fields most recently starred in a Netflix series called The Upshaws and in the TV movies You Light Up My Christmas, Adventures in Christmasing, and The Gutter. Mindy Cohn as Natalie Green. Natalie Green is a character that was created after the producers met Mindy Cohn while they were doing research for the show. When the headmaster called her into the office to tell her the news that she was being offered a role, Mindy was relieved that she wasn't in real trouble. Natalie Green would be the character to ultimately lose her virginity that final season, upon Mindy's suggestion. Cohn's most successful venture after the show was voicing Velma Dinkley in Scooby-Doo from 2002 to 2015, even been nominated for a Daytime Emmy for the part. She's appeared in multiple TV series, video games, and movies for the franchise. Today she's 58, and her most recent non-animated role was a starring part in the 2020 film A Nice Girl Like You, and plays Aunt Nora Molly on the audio drama Around the Sun. In 2024, she could be seen in the TV miniseries Palm Royale and the feature film Mother, Father, Sister, Brother, Frank. Mindy is obviously still very much at it. Charlotte Rae as Edna Garrett. Edna Garrett, the Drummonds' first no-nonsense housekeeper, was goofy and had a warm personality. Charlotte Rae appeared in all 24 episodes of the first season of Diff'rent Strokes before NBC gave her the chance to be the star of her own show as the house mother at an all-girls boarding school. Edna was always there for her girls, and she was the kind of woman we all wish we could befriend in real life, but we were more than satisfied with 30 minutes every now and again. Rae left the show before the start of Season 8, much to the producers' chagrin. They offered her millions to stay for a few more years, but she was ready to move on, feeling that she had done all that she could with the Mrs. Garrett character. Charlotte Rae began professional acting in 1951, and her first notable role came about a decade later with 11 episodes of Car 54, Where Are You? She also played Molly, the mail lady, on 14 episodes of Sesame Street from 1971 to 1972. In 1978, Norman Lear once again cast one of his favorite actresses, Miss Rae, in Diff'rent Strokes, and the rest is history. Ray's final acting credit was in 2015 in Ricky and the Flash. Ray joined Alcoholics Anonymous in the early 1970s, and the organization became an important part of her personal life. She passed away in 2018 at the age of 92. Lisa Whelchel as Blair Warner. Blair Warner was the spoiled rich girl from Manhattan. It was easy to roll your eyes at her, but there's no denying she could steal the show in many scenes. Whelchel's first role was in 1977 as a member of the new Mickey Mouse Club, landing the role on The Facts of Life a year later. She has appeared on and off as Blair Warner in spin-off movies and guest appearances throughout the years. During the final season of Facts, producers made a controversial decision to have one of the girls lose their virginity. Initially, Blair was to be that character, but Whelchel protested as it went against her deep-seated Christian beliefs, and producers ultimately acquiesced. In 1984, she was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Inspirational Performance for her contemporary Christian album, All Because of You. She also published a best-selling, though controversial, book in 2000 about parenting and discipline called Creative Correction. Whelchel participated in the 2012 season Survivor Philippines. Daddy's money couldn't save her there, but she didn't really need it, coming in second place and being voted fan favorite and garnering $100,000 in the process. Today, Whelchel is 60 and most recently hosts the TV series Collector's Call on MTV. Cloris Leachman as Beverly Ann Stickle. Cloris Leachman replaced Charlotte Rae for the final 2 seasons of the show and played the role of Beverly Ann Stickle, Mrs. Garrett's sister. Leachman was handpicked by Rae to take over. Leachman and Rae had been classmates at Northwestern University and even roomed together in New York as up-and-comers. She began appearing on TV series in the early 1950s, but her first major role was in the 1955 film Noir Kiss Me Deadly. Leachman won an Oscar for Best Supporting Actress for her role as Ruth Popper, the neglected wife, in the 1971 film The Last Picture Show. Don't forget her hilarious part in Mel Brooks's Young Frankenstein. And of course, her Mary Tyler Moore spin-off series, Phyllis. Leachman's final role is in the 2021 film Not to Forget. She sadly passed away in January of that same year at the age of 94. But she will live forever thanks to her enormous body of work. Nancy McKeon as Joe Polniacek. Joe Polniacek, the tomboy transfer from the Bronx, joined the show for season 2 and beyond, part of a cast shakeup to try and gain some popularity for the series. It worked. She was streetwise and was the perfect foil to Blair's character. Joe's name was inspired by the lead character in the famous book Little Women, after the writers refused to call her Foxy, but her persona was inspired by Little Darlings, giving her a tough, earthy vibe. Nancy McKeon moved to Hollywood at a young age and had been in the industry since she was 2. She followed her older brother, the late Philip McKeon, into the biz after he landed a starring role on the sitcom Alice. But the thing that caught NBC's attention was a Hallmark commercial where she cried on cue. After Facts of Life, she continued to act, making her feature film debut with Where the Day Takes You in 1991. Additionally, she played Inspector Ginny on the Cop Show division, which was pretty popular in the early 2000s. Her latest acting credit was in the 2019 Lifetime movie, You Light Up My Christmas, which was the Facts reunion hinted at earlier. McKeon joined Kim Fields, Lisa Whelchel, and Mindy Cohn for this holiday treat. She also starred in 6 episodes of the 2021 television series Panic. McKeon dated actor Michael Fox for 3 years after they met on the set of High School USA in 1983. Today, McKeon is 58 and has 2 daughters with her film technician hubby. They live a private life on a ranch near Austin, Texas. Molly Ringwald as Molly Parker. Molly Ringwald appeared in the first season, but was on the losing side of the season 2 cast shakeup. It was her first ever acting job. No worries for her, though, as she went on to become 80s royalty by starring in classics like 16 Candles, The Breakfast Club, and Pretty in Pink. At 56, she's still very much working her craft, currently in the popular TV series Riverdale, which is loosely based on the Archie comic book. She's also Mrs. Flynn in the successful Netflix teen movie franchise The Kissing Booth, which has 3 entries so far. Additionally, Molly starred in the 2021 film Montauk, George Clooney as George Burnett. Do you remember George Burnett? He appeared in 17 episodes over the final 3 seasons as the handyman neighbor, who always popped in for no apparent reason whatsoever. From the titular character in Ocean's 11 to winning 2 Oscars, one for Syriana and the other for producing the film Argo, George Clooney is, quite frankly, the man. He's still as active as ever with his career and family life. He's a father of twins at the age of 63, a topic he muses over frequently. He most recently starred in the 2019 Hulu series Catch-22 and reprised his Batman and Robin role of Bruce Wayne in the superhero flick The Flash. His newest film, Wolves, is in post-production. All of the main stars acted after Facts of Life, but Lisa and Nancy decided to become stay-at-home moms. Lisa is now a life coach because her kids are all grown up. Mindy is well known for being the voice of Velma in the Scooby-Doo cartoons, and Kim has starred in several shows, including Living Single and Living the Dream. Isn't it great to know that all of the Facts of Life co-stars are still friends to this day? We miss Charlotte Rae so much, but it helps to know the other stars still act like family. If you enjoyed this article, please share with your friends and family who loved the Facts of Life.